so hard to pick a favorite. I love the cantilevered stair coming over.
Yeah.
I think the waterfalls are incredible. The bog filter is cool. There's thousands of frogs. The water clarity, and look at the fish. You can see how when people come here, they never, ever, ever want to leave.
You'll notice as we walk along, the path we're going through is not just a circle. It turns. Every turn, your eye sees something different.
So this is the same thing your granddaughter does, right? So this is her granddaughter that has grown up here,
Yes.
catching frogs. There's a baby that was born here. The native pickerel frog, which is good because these are getting outplaced by the bullfrogs, the invasive bullfrogs. So, well, let's show them. Well, hold on a second. This is the ending.
No.
You're screwing with me. I got to deal with this all day long. We are out here in an overcast day in St. Charles, Illinois, with one of our longtime customers with probably one of the most spectacular water features you will ever see. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. It's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle, right?
We do.
How you guys doing? Hi, Jan. Are you the driftwood collector?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you get all that beautiful driftwood from?
Michigan.
This is a pond builder's art right here. My gosh, is that gorgeous.
Let me show you something.
Paradise.
It is paradise, and we're lucky to have it.
Brian, this has got to be truly one of your favorite masterpieces.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we built this pond 11 years ago. I know we built it 11 years ago because my daughter was born. Abby's now 11, and this pond's always going to be remembered because of that. Not just so much that, but the 100% trust you guys gave me just to kind of do what I wanted to do.
We call
Well,
it Brian's Pond.
The 100% trust came from how many? 8 years did you go on the pond tours?
10 years.
10 years they
of
went
pond
and took
tours.
pictures because
Yeah.
this was your story.
Yeah.
When we came on the original design consultation, she went through 10 years of photographs from our pond and garden showcases that we put on every year.
Let me show you something.
You have something that nobody else has.
Right.
Right? You saw hundreds and hundreds of ponds, and it's
Right.
so unique to itself. And the sound of the waterfalls draws you in before you even see it. You can hear that cascading falls back over there, and then when you come up into here, look at that water quality.
How many fish do you have in here, Jan?
Probably 3 dozen-ish of koi.
Yeah.
And then we have goldfish. Now, we keep those goldfish on purpose. We
Because you don't
keep
want
them-
more koi.
Right. They'll eat the koi eggs, and so we don't
Yep.
have koi born in the pond. You'll notice they're down here. They'd like to be fed. These fish come when I call them, and 3 of them eat out of my hand. I always have a connection. I get down and feed a couple of them first, and then I throw the food
That's
out.
my favorite right there.
Lily.
That butterfly.
Lily. Yeah.
And one thing I forgot we did with your pond, we have a fish tunnel
Yes.
in this pond. A fish tunnel is an easier thing to do on a larger pond where we can do
Yeah.
multiple deep areas. So we have a deep area on the one side,
Right, they're both
a
deep.
deep area on the other side, and then a tube that we use to connect the two. And then over the top we put some gravel. So the fish actually have a huge, huge hiding
Yeah.
place.
And
We
they
call
stay
it
in there in the wintertime.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's-
Brian, this is one of your favorite things. When I come back here, I can't see where it emanates from. I can't see where the source of that water, which just draws you along.
In the spring, you know, the toads and the frogs are
Yep, the
singing.
mating
I
calls.
love that.
This is nature. Bring it,
Yeah.
build it, and they will come. Gosh, look at this rock with the mosses And the sedum's growing right there. And Brian, this is one of your favorite things with the impatiens, right in the water.
Yeah, it's such an easy way to add color, especially in a pretty dense shaded garden where you don't get the full sun. So just taking you get that big flat of impatiens and you get those little plugs in there.
Yeah.
You just take a plug, kind of shove it back in between the rock and gravel, make sure it's not fast moving water.
I'm going to do you one better on that. I never have the dirt in on that plug. I take it in a bucket and I swish all the dirt off, and I just put it in the pond. That way I don't put dirt into my pond, and the impatiens don't need it. The pond water just...
And the roots just grow out through the gravel.
Doing exactly what they should, which they help keep the pond clean.
Look at this view from right here, back to the house. I mean, that stream just goes right there. I mean, it just draws your eyes back. And of course draws your eyes out. I love, Brian, this little waterfalls that you've got here. Just a slow trickle. 2 big boulders, probably 1,000 gallons of water per hour flowing through there.
It's awesome that you see that, Greg, because this is, we were so nervous. When you take these 2 big rocks and we're pushing water through, it's really hard to judge how much the water is going to back up.
Yes.
So this is actually put in here to alleviate some of the pressure. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's just a pipe.
Yeah.
Right there. And we can control, like I could dam this up, and now you really see that pipe. See it? And so I could dam it up, allowing less water to go in there, but it would back water up too much this way.
Yep.
So it's an easy overflow option in an upper pool. And then of course it just discharges out over here, which helps ultimately circulate what would be a dead pool. And then check out this stone. Like, I remember spending so much time carving these rocks into place. And a lot of people wouldn't notice this, but this is why we go that extra, 10%.
Yep.
But this rock has this awesome flared out bottom to it. So it really looks like it's just part of the stream bed. I love it when it's not just rock, gravel, rock, gravel. So if we can get big flat rocks underwater too, it just makes it look that much more natural.
You took rocks that were big and flat and you put them on their side and backed them up to the dirt and made them look like huge monster boulders, thereby saving us a lot of money. I still remember you out. You'd be out hunting through the various pallets of stone.
It's an artist. It's an artist with his materials.
Absolutely.
So what we like to say is that when we build these features, it's a jigsaw puzzle and how you place the rocks.
It was.
This is why we can't do drawings, because it never looks anything like this. You can't draw that. And then Brian, you got your filtration right up here, which you can't see. One of the things is that you don't want to be able to see the mechanical or biological filtration when you're done, which is why our skimmers have the lids on them. And then what do you got back here?
We have 2 biofalls. We have a 6,000 biofalls there and a 6,000 biofalls over here. And then obviously Jan and Marty have done a great job with the landscape and the driftwood to help disguise that. It looks more like it's spring fed out of a mountain and then comes over this waterfall. That's only a small part of the filtration though. Greg, over here is our big wetland filter.
And so look at how the plants are doing. Wow.
This is how you take a pond from being clean to crystal clear. So biofalls will keep a pond that size clear and healthy, but never to the clarity that we're seeing down there right now.
A wetland filtration system with the snorkels, the centipedes, the aqua blocks will really polish the water up.
We're actually coming up to one of my favorite parts of the whole design, and it's not really even part of the pond, but it's part of the design. And it's this hidden fire pit area over here. So the way we designed it is you come up around this pond, you discover this whole area that you never saw from the house. It reminds me so much of camping when I was a little kid, right? And so you could always hear the babbling creek someplace off in the distance, and you had your tent and your table and things here, but it made you want to leave, get up in the morning and go to play in the streams and in the lakes and stuff. But I just love this area.
Well, this would be one of your favorite spots. I'm going to show you where my favorite spot is because we're coming up on that. Well, there's so many favorites on this one, right? But I think that it's hard to beat these stepping rocks. To be able to transverse a water feature like this, there's not a person that's going to come here that's not going to want to walk across these rocks. But the rocks aren't my favorite part of this pond. My favorite part of this pond is how it opens up from the house. Every window in the house faces this backyard.
I see it from my kitchen window all the time. So I see the birds coming, playing, and how the plants are doing, how the fish are doing. And then from the sunroom, you just see the whole expanse. We can go in and look out the window. You'll really enjoy it.
Brian, you were pointing out earlier how we've even used some Aquascape accents in the patio.
Here's a patio bowl that most people would put, I mean, it was originally designed for people that don't have space for a water garden.
Yep.
But what an awesome way to take something and turn it into a little accent out here to get more aquatic plants
Yes.
away from the pond. I love this. And with the big papyrus in here,
Yep.
it looks really amazing. So hard to pick a favorite, right? Like as we sit here, I love the cantilevered stair coming over.
yeah.
I think the waterfalls are incredible. The bog filter is cool. There's thousands of frogs. The water clarity, and look at the fish, right?
Beautiful fish.
You can see how when people come here, they never, ever, ever want to leave.
I don't want to leave.
Yeah. You could spend $10,000 to go on a pretty epic vacation, or you could do something like this and be on vacation every single day. It's so amazing the way you guys have let it mature naturally and then added your flair to it. Before rec ponds were really popular like they are now, there's no reason this can't be 100% a rec pond. Like what kid in the world would not want to snorkel in crystal clear water like this with fish more colorful than you would see in the ocean?
Excuse me, but adults too. I love getting in my pond, whether it's in my waders or in my bathing suit. I pet some of the fish. They're very sweet.
So many people have a misperception about water features.
Right.
This is why we do the pond tours, is we want consumers actually talking to the people that own the water features, which is exactly why I'm vlogging. I want you to listen to Jan Castle when she talks about maintaining this. A pond is as much or as little maintenance as you want it to be. This is Jan's hobby. I mean, she is a master gardener, as as you see with all of the plants that she has here and everything else. But you can make a water feature as little or as low maintenance as you want to, because this is why we designed the ecosystem ponds.
Right.
An Aquascape ecosystem pond is supposed to work with Mother Nature and then not against her.
Yeah.
You've truly created a masterpiece here, and we love to say, do it right the first time is always less expensive than the third time, and so often we get called in.
It was far more than we ever expected. We're just blessed to be able to look after this pond, and I mean that sincerely, Brian.
Well,
awesome.
we are glad that it brings you so much enjoyment. It brings us enjoyment. And now, because of the power of YouTube and the internet, a lot of people are going to be inspired to create their own paradises in their backyard. And if you want to get inspired by this, share this video with more people so that more people can learn what living the Aquascape lifestyle is all about. Like, comment, and share, and follow along. Tell us what your favorite part of this water feature is. You saw my favorite part, you saw Brian's favorite part, but let us know your favorite part, because more people need to be living the Aquascape lifestyle. I love my job.